Oh, howdy, gang. Is it? We're gonna finish this game. We're like midway through it. I really have no idea how much is left. I'm expecting maybe 2 hours, 3 at most. So that should be perfect. Sound test, that's all good. What am I missing? Cat overlay. And of course I didn't freaking position it. Schwa. Okay. You're now old people. Old Philip.
I know them by heart, but Jonathan insisted we keep them.
Lost so much faith, he ended up reforming the church for the better. That's fucking base.
I don't like to indulge in my own writings.
Let's see, we just wrote a letter to his brother. What's his face? Jack confessed to burning down Chapel as a kid. Discovered the room underneath.
A magnificent cathedral. But I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground.
Oh, don't sound grumpy about it. This thing's dope. And we got the crying statue, too. Way better than a dead guy's corpse. Am I right?
Hello?
Hello?
I thought I saw someone.
That's the Z targeting sound.
That came from the kitchen.
Who's raiding my kitchen, you sons of bitches? This better be a surprise party. That Jack?
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. No, she's asleep. She returned a few hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm unsure of myself. These guys don't look nice. Carving stuff in the ground like degenerates in city chalk.
Outlaws.
They live outside of the law, but I am the law.
Probably just after food. I will talk to them. All right.
Oh, on getting yourself killed. Power of Christ compels you.
Please. Listen.
God, they're feral.
Don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Oh, fuck. A hot rock. You just hold that dog. It's a combat encounter.
Ah!
Fucked.
Jack, no.
Did he kill him?
Brother Marcus.
Brother Marcus?
He took Cuthbert's keys to steal food.
Oh, the crack stuffer.
Because of me, Remigius found out. And he left. We never saw him again.
Looks like he came back. You didn't mean for this to happen.
No, but
What about him?
Don't be afraid.
Fuck!
Jack! Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
Throw a rock at you too, you some bitch.
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child. Jack forgave the child, just like that. And I forgave him. For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child.
There you go, you figured it out, Philip.
Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in. We weren't safe in our homes.
So, Kingsbridge was attacked, and you two twigs were our only defense.
Why didn't Catman chase them away?
Sir Catface, Sally.
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw two of them, and one of them was a
Kid
child.
wearing the champion's tunic.
They almost killed you.
Name William, what the fuck? Name the drought, oh yeah.
These poor souls were starving. Many are forced to turn to thievery because of the drought.
A true Earl's duty should be to protect his people.
You bet your little nose, but it's rare they do. Especially with that charming bastard Lord Hamley.
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Great, you had me worried.
He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, there's some good news at least. With the Treaty of Wellingford finally signed, William won't remain Earl forever.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
And, by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous
They
owners.
just addressed her Daliana put on
But
some weight.
Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
Getting kind of a MILF bod.
Meaning that the earldom will go to the next male heir of Lady Aliena's family. That would be you, Tommy.
What?
Whoa!
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Language?
Damn, I want to be
will
king,
enforce
you
this
son of a
until
bitch.
Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
Appeal to the new king, ask them to stay strong. And now, the fuck?
We only have
Food
to
for him.
wait till Maud's son sits on the throne, don't we? And then ask him for help.
And if Hamley were to fight the decision, he'd have to face the king's army.
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat?
Don't have anything to
I'll
eat, you
share.
Claude.
We should, and we will. But there are too many to feed them all.
We must do something.
Well, I cannot sit quietly and wait until Stephen dies of old age.
We're gonna murder
The Treaty
Stephen?
of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
True. But last night, it wasn't that Hamley boy who attacked us. It was a bunch of thieving bastards.
Well, what do we do about it?
That could work. Speak up for that. Fortify Kingsbridge.
If
Kill
we're
William.
smart, we could use them.
Use them?
He's got all the food, bruv.
Been done before. If we set up the outlaws to assault William Hamley, it'd solve both our problems, wouldn't it?
Just give the bandits a fort.
And while they're
problem.
distracted, bashing their heads in, we attack.
I won't have any of that.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her, that she still has a say in Earlscastle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamley, we might not need a physical confrontation at all.
Speak to that wench? I'd rather let my blade do the talking. I say it's time we took back your father's castle by force. Even if I'd have to lead an army of outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Neither do I. So, what do you think, Aliena?
Fucking... She, like, fucked us over before, right? No, she went into a coma, and that's why the deal got fucked, but, like... I don't know, she's gonna be trying to angle for something. We're doing this for the common good, and that's kind of fucked up. Also, she gave birth to that little shit, like, she raised them wrong. She can't be much better. I'd rather just kill William. He's a monster.
I will talk to the outlaws. Maybe we can find someone who can speak on their behalf. And if there's no one, then we will.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother's right, boy. And too many gingers showing up at their cave might make them suspicious.
Irish are attacking. Ride south.
Our hopes of meeting allies on the road to Shiring were fading with every mile. The only people we saw were sitting by the side of the road, broken and starving. Shiring was riddled with death and despair.
This is literally what the streets of Elden Ring look like.
I'd heard that Wiggly had just been raided by outlaws, leaving them almost entirely without cattle. Maybe someone there knew where the raiders had come from. But Calford, on the other hand, had a recent falling out with William Hamley. There was a chance that they would be quick to join our resistance.
No, that sounds promising.
We entered the village. There was a weary young man trying to repair a roof. He pointed toward a ruined mill. Hamley's Mill, he called it, which used to have the right to grind all grain from the nearby villages.
And what are you gonna do with unground grain? Why would you take that right away, you dumbass?
That was until a few days ago. Hamley had come to collect his share and, due to the famine, was met with empty coffers. Enraged, he'd killed the miller and had taken every last bag of flour belonging to the starving people of Calford. Many had fled into the forest, desperate for their lives.
That's the wrong solution to that problem.
As we reached Wiggly, we met a farmer tending to a scrawny chicken. She told us that Hamley had claimed ownership of all their cattle. Shortly after that, the cattle vanished. Raiders had taken it, throwing William Hamley into a fit of rage. Some say they recognized the thieves, neighbors who had once lived among them. They were long believed to be among the dead. Were we really building our hopes on a pack of ghosts?
I mean, that's how Lord of the Rings ended. I could have went up to Huntley or whatever's up there.
On the road to Shiring, a shrouded figure jumped into our path. It was an outlaw. Fumbling a blunt sword once fit for a knight, he demanded our horses and coin. Sir Catface calmly pulled out his own sword, shutting the man up immediately.
Heh! Might as well be a fucking lead pipe. You ain't got shit on a real blade. You have a leader?
I asked whether they, the outlaws, had a kind of leader I could speak to. His face said it all. A confused, furrowed brow and a wrinkled nose. We have no leader, we're on our own, he spat out, then ran away as fast as he could.
Well, that's a shame.
Shiring had been declining for years. Only the cathedral had been growing day by day, looming over the lands. That cathedral seemed to be sucking the land dry. Its presence was malevolent, like a bad omen.
And there's no light on it. They probably built it facing the wrong direction.
To fund the construction, Hamley had expelled countless tenants who were behind on their payments, taking their possessions. This made the impact of the famine even worse than it already was.
Monksfield? What is this? Huntley? Yeah. Yeah.
I'd been to Monksfield before. It was where I'd met Elizabeth sheltering from the storm. Despite its few inhabitants, it had been a fairly large community with the best soil in the region. Now it was very much abandoned, its farmhouses raided and empty. There was nothing for us here. We needed a better lead for finding the outlaws.
All we can really do is go to Huntley now.
The fields of Huntley spurred fond memories. Here, I'd negotiated my first deal to transport and sell the farmer's wool. Now, the meadows had turned to straw, and the sheep were dead.
They're just fucking dead. Look at that. You need to bury it.
Soon, we reached Uncle Simon's abandoned hut. Our horses needed rest, so we wanted to leave them there while we looked around on foot. Then, I remembered how Richard had been kicked by the man William had paid to catch us, and the horrible sounds he'd made lying there. Inside the hut, I was startled by a hunched figure hiding in a corner, nibbling on a lump of bread. Upon seeing us, the creature's eyes widened, like those of a frightened animal.
The creature's eyes? Is he fucking Golem? Also, we gotta find Leonidas. He got paid to do it like he's a mercenary.
I asked him where he got bread in times like these. Was it stolen? No, I got it from the butcher. The people at Sally's quarry told me to ask the butcher, he blurted out, startled by his own voice.
Butchers don't make bread.
Our interest for greed, he wolfed down the rest of the bread. Before we could ask more, the frightened man jumped up and fled into the forest. The butcher. Was he the one we were looking for? A leader whom the downtrodden trusted and feared? Maybe we could find him at the quarry the man had mentioned.
Hey, let's go there. Butcher doesn't sound like a, buy disposal man or anything wacky. And we started here, and went through all this. And we could have just gone here, and then back to here. That would feel like a wasted day to me. Made a full loop.
The abandoned quarry was teeming with activity. Many poor souls were gathering around a fireplace, boiling a stew from meat and turnips. It was plain to see that these people weren't held together by blood or profession, but by hunger and desperation. And by their numbers, I thought, that could make them quite dangerous. Were these
Hunger and
outlaws?
desperation. Like literally any fucking sci-fi fan club. Carefully.
We walked slowly towards them. I sensed that Sir Catface was ready to draw his sword. The first one to notice us was a little girl, swiftly pointing a finger at us. "Who are they?" she asked the others. All eyes darted towards us. Their reactions were as varied as their faces. Some looked afraid, curious, and confused. Others were full of hatred and contempt. "We're not here to hurt you," I explained. "We just want to talk." "Where can I find the butcher?" I asked. Their faces expressed anger and fear. I explained that we were looking for food. They told us that the butcher was still in Monksfield, but that meat would come every couple of days. I said that wouldn't be a problem, not knowing what they meant. It looked like our path would lead us back to Monksfield.
But that's where the guy told us, was that old man the butcher? No, actually, this is a neighboring area, I think. Perhaps. So which one of you is evil? The one stand next to the meat, or the one stand next to the meat? Good feeling about this guy. He's more prominent.
Thank you for giving me and my friend shelter the other day.
Weather's fine now. So what do you want this time?
We're looking for the butcher.
The butcher of Monksfield has long since moved away.
Like hell he has.
No need for cursing, young man. If you bring me an animal, I can prepare it for you.
Do people call you the butcher then?
Why'd you ask? What do you want?
Do you have a lot of outlaws passing by?
You don't see it in their faces, dear. But we all have been failed by the law and our leaders. Don't you agree?
I asked because we feel the same way. And we're looking for a way to make things right again.
Is that so?
We're looking to build an army, to invade Earlscastle and kill Earl William Hamley.
Oh my. If it was that easy, someone would have done that a long time ago.
No, because you idiots are idiots and you don't know how to band together like that.
Simple people. They're not an army.
William Hamley's a simple man. He's not a samurai.
We would lead them.
In their condition, most of them can barely kill a chicken, let alone a man.
Hamley is a chicken.
These people are mothers, fathers, hard workers, yes, but they are not soldiers.
We'd reward them if they helped us.
She and her son are the rightful heirs to the title of Earl. If anyone can change things for the bloody better, it's them.
So, you're just another pair of nobles who want to use us as pawns in their battle, to die for you.
It is the best chance we have. This is a battle for the sake of the people of Shiring, for all of us.
It's rubbish. It's what it is.
We are offering you a chance to rid the land of Hamley, to fight for your freedom.
The last time
It's strange that Catface didn't go find better work.
kindness toward that young woman who was with you. I am willing to listen to a good soul, but I won't help you blindly.
That woman that was here, that you helped, that was Hamley's wife. His wife, my God. How stupid do you think we are?
Right.
I gave her a knife.
Well, how can these people put their life at risk if they do not trust you? You are not like us.
Yeah.
I built my fortune from nothing with nothing but some blood-stained wood clogs
I know what
and a
it's
penny.
like to live in poverty. But I also know that if one fights the right battles, that things can change for the better.
But they're starving, my child. They are weakened by poverty, hunger, and illness. Who are you to think you can face William Hamley?
Yeah. You! Who do you think you are?
And you're able. No, nobody wants to fucking hear that.
I am the daughter of Bartholomew, Earl of Shiring. My father ruled with a benevolent hand.
Well, better than now, but that's easy.
He did have guts, though, trying to take on Stephen.
So you are his daughter, you say?
All I know, I learned from him.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
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 Even if we work together, Hamley is too powerful.
You ask us to sacrifice our lives for your noble cause, these people will die.
We got God on our side, though, dude.
We already have Kingsbridge on our side, including the bright mind of Prior Philip.
Oh, Philip of Kingsbridge. I have heard of him. A wise man.
No longer Philip of Gwynedd.
He took in the survivors of Hamley's raid of Earlscastle.
Yes, and I was one of them.
He wouldn't let anybody go into certain death. Their plan must be a good plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does.
I said it before.
I bet that wall was never repaired. We're gonna go in there, kicking his well. Easy.
We don't fight other people's battles.
But maybe this is our battle too.
My people will decide for themselves. But I will tell them that I believe that it is indeed a battle worth fighting.
I thank you.
I pray that it will be worth it.
We will all pray, and then we fight.
Skull! First outlaws made their way to Kingbridge. Former novice brother Marcus was one of the outlaws. You have a chance to take back Earlscastle and fulfill your oath. Found the leader of the outlaws. You made no promises regarding the safety of outlaws if they choose to attack. I mean, I see that as a good thing, but it might mean I have smaller numbers or something. But they agreed.
And so, after 17 years, I finally returned to the place I'd once called home.
Chapter 19. Return to Earlscastle.
There was a small army of
Stream for
famished
like 5
outlaws
frames.
hiding in the surrounding woods waiting for my signal to attack. Led by my loyal knight, Sir Catface. But I had to be sure that Elizabeth was safe. The poor girl who in my stead had been doomed to become William Hamley's wife.
Earlscastle. Inspect. Originally, the father of Roboth, Bartholomew, Jesus Christ, I'm choking on my tongue, ordered to build a castle a few miles outside the market town of Shiring, which was meant to serve as the seat of the town's earl. That area, including a small village, the surroundings, and the building itself, is now known as Earlscastle. How creative. The castle had mainly served as living quarters for the Earl's family, but its defenses have rarely been used. After Earlscastle had been violently seized by the Hamleys, all other inhabitants were driven from the estate. Nowadays, Earlscastle is the name to be feared. Ever since the Cathedral of Shiring was finished, William Hamley has become more disgruntled. Some believe he lost faith and only lives to satisfy his own greed and hunger by stealing from starving peasants.
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, you hear? So no pushing.
I'm in disguise.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it,
these
woman.
guys are dead.
Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, shut up.
Dung eater.
Are you all right?
What do you think? Of course I'm all right. I'm more all right than anyone else in this crowd. Just because Lord Hamley insists on women to deliver the tributes, don't mean you have to send your youngest and prettiest. Fools.
Gross.
Calm yourself. I'll make sure that nothing will happen to you. They took a woman in my town. She never came back. Nothing will happen to you if you
she never wanted to come back. So just cut the line?
Patience, patience.
Is Lady Elizabeth home?
She is, and will be indefinitely. Don't want her to get lost in another storm.
Damn.
I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
Ugly Jervis.
Bloody beggars.
So can I walk or... What's going on here?
I want to go home.
Just be patient.
Oi, you there.
The hot one.
Yes, I meant you. That's a pretty face you got there. You're coming with me.
What? Leave her. Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and talk to Walter. He'll get you settled. And don't you dare stray from the path.
Yeesh. Sacks and barrel. Waiting queue. Knights.
They say Lord Hamley might lose Shiring soon. What if the next Earl has us all hanged?
Calm down. None of these royals really care about this shithole.
I know those two. They used to fight for father.
Ah.
May I interrupt?
We got some insiders.
What is it?
How can you fight for someone like William Hamley?
Guy's blind
My
in one
father
eye.
was
That's how you know
nothing
he's
like
seen some
that
shit.
tyrant.
Oh, dear Lord, it's you.
I think he's blind in both eyes, actually.
To his well-off guests, while the poor snuffed it just as they do now.
Well, at least William treats us as his equals, and not like pawns on a board of nine men's Morris.
Damn. You're the good Earl. He's my dad, and I love him because he's my dad, and I never actually did anything because I'm a woman and I don't get to do things.
Was my father really that bad?
Your mother could have answered that question.
He once told me that she was very unhappy when she died.
And you never wondered why?
Damn.
I'm looking for Lady Elizabeth Hamley.
She's caring for Lady Regan inside the keep.
But only Lord William and Walter are allowed to go there.
And they'll kill you if they find you there.
So you won't help me?
We've already helped you more than enough by not ratting you out.
Oh, that's fair. I'm not gonna say this because now I have doubts.
Don't tell anyone that you saw me.
We won't, if you promise to leave now.
Got an apple. Somebody's got one apple.
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough.
Maybe she wants it.
What are you doing here? You need to leave. Don't come any closer. William has me watched.
What's taking so long?
I forgot the pork. I'll be out shortly. Wait a moment, then follow me. We don't have much time. You will look for me any moment now. So why did you come?
I came to fuck, and I came to conquer.
I'm waiting!
We don't have much time. Please, just tell me what this is about.
There's an army of outlaws hiding in the woods waiting for my signal. You need to be out of the way when they come.
But I mustn't leave.
They're very angry at your husband's family, and I want you to be safe.
Will people die?
Yeah. Of course people will fucking die.
People will die. That's why you have to come with me.
I can't. Not without Lady Regan. You need to save Lady Regan first.
I will, if you agree to leave right now.
Is that a promise?
It is.
All right, I will try to sneak off then.
Oh, promises are never a good idea, but we're gonna try.
Do you want me to come in and pull you out?
Huge axe.
Maybe Walter can take you to Lady Regan.
Walter? William's dog?
Don't call him that. He's not as bad as people say he is. William won't allow me to talk to him anymore. Now Lady Regan is all I have left. Please, please be careful.
I will.
Walter's probably trying to steal his girl.
Thank the Lord she made it through. Now, I have to find Regan Hamley.
Wait. Forgot I gave her that. She might have been useful had I told her to not leave, but alright. And again, she might have not. Oh, they're eating that person. They're also hairy because nobody's taking care of them. Easy to forget, but pigs and boars are the same animal. One's just been, you know, shaved and detusked. They all eat everything, though. Pigs are kind of really fucked up. They absolutely destroy whatever ecosystem they're in. Like, if they weren't domesticated, they're just the worst thing. Nobody wants them around. They're actually incredibly dangerous. Walter?
Elizabeth claims you aren't such a bad person after all.
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family steward?
You got problems over there, Walter?
No.
Tell your guard to stand down. Have a heart.
So, you think I'm a nice bloke, and you give me orders on how to handle my men? Don't make me laugh. Hugh!
Fuck!
If you help me, we might be able to prevent a bloodbath. Let us end this in peace.
I don't believe you. But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. She'll decide. My lady?
Elizabeth.
She's not here, but there's someone else to see you. The Lady Aliena of Shiring.
The Lady Aliena? When did that bitch become nobility again?
Whoa.
I'm sorry for intruding, but this is very important.
Important? As if anything you have to say could be of any importance.
Told you this bitch is a bitch.
I'm certain you've heard about the treaty the king made with Duke Henry at Wallingford Castle.
I have. I have also heard that it's a muddled mess.
It is a complicated deal indeed, but one that will end the war. And one that makes my family the rightful owners of this earldom once more.
Only by word. There's no one who would come to enforce this, not even the king.
The people will.
You need to understand that there is great anger among the peasants of Shiring. Anger against your son, against you, even against that poor woman, Elizabeth. If your son doesn't step down, the people will take their land back by force.
That's a lie.
We're about to right now, bitch.
He's a better earl than your father ever was.
Nah.
To think that I once wanted to marry my good William into a family like yours. Not a day goes by when I am not glad that God saved us from that horrible fate. And that he sent that monk to Bishop Waleran to unveil your father's evil plan.
What monk?
That prior of Kingsbridge. Philip of Gwynedd.
What?
Where is my Elizabeth? Why is she not here?
I promised your sons.
We're doing this for her.
Certain you'd be safe.
Safe from what? From a pack of impotent monks.
I have an army outside the gates, ready to attack.
What?
Get Elizabeth. I want her at my side when the fighting starts.
Oh, she's gone.
Gone.
You gotta go to her.
What do you mean? Gone where?
I told her to leave Earlscastle. She suffered enough under your son.
William didn't lay a finger on her.
He did. More than once, my lady.
That is a lie.
It's up to you if this ends in a bloodbath or not.
Oh!
It's all up to you.
Go get him, you
Excuse me, I just gave birth to anger.
They're coming.
Mother, we're being attacked.
What's that sigil? Is he the Duke of Dogs?
What's going on here? What's that bitch doing here?
He's got dad bod.
She's trying to take everything.
Belts make him look fatter.
Is she now?
Leave it.
Shut up, old man.
Fuck. Fuck. Yeah. Got parrying dagger, bitch. That was easy. No army needed.
Walter!
No. You brought this on yourself.
You bloody traitor!
What a man.
Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
You gonna die? Just kind of like, oh shit, I guess I'll go take a shower or something. Nah, he's fucking dead. He's not doing anything to stop the bleeding, bruv. Just staring into the flames, right? Probably gonna see the devil. Symbolism. Your pen at heaven's door. You just get possessed. Oh, he's fucking dead.
Now, we tell his men.
Throw his corpse out in the street, see what they do. What, are you gonna defend a man who can't pay you anymore?
Stop! Stop fighting! Drop your weapons immediately!
No fighting should have happened, what the hell? Oh, look at that guy, he fucks.
Raise the banner!
Everyone, listen! Lord Hamley is dead! The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
What? You're shitting us!
It was the King's wish.
Who killed him?
I did. He's a bitch.
He died by my hand. My name is Lady Aliena of Shiring.
They respect it, though. That's why I said it.
Of Bartholomew, the former Earl of these lands. I've been tasked to end the tyranny of William Hamley and restore order to Shiring.
If they spilt blood, and I didn't even kill him, I won't fall.
Every attack on us is sanctioned by the King of the English.
So what will happen to us then?
You can work for me if you fucking want.
You will get your chance for redemption by helping the people of Shiring recover from your own cruelty. And by rebuilding their homes and tending to their fields.
Are you sure this is what you want, my lady? Forcing tormentors and tormented to work together might not end very well.
Damn it, they're good Christians, they'll work together.
They can end like William, or they can learn to redeem themselves.
Well, you know what you're doing.
The tyranny of William Hamley is over.
We got 2 new churches, they gotta be good
In
men.
the name of the new earldom of Shiring, the land will be finally healed.
Maiden statement, Aliena Shiring. Got a license. King Henry II, by the council of all his barons and the fulfillment of the Treaty of Wallingford, has decreed that Shiring and each township shall return to the owners from before the former King Lord Stephen's stewardship. Within the term fixed for its sovereignty, those to be in succession by blood or formal Earl Bartholomew of Shiring shall claim the title. How do they even know like these people are alive? What if they weren't? Who would go to? You didn't have any contingency plan. Therefore, Aliena of Shiring is to be announced the Countess of Shiring, and the official inauguration until her son becomes of age. See, they'll put a woman in power, but only temporarily. A young man's better than any woman.
Now send a messenger
What
to
they say.
Kingsbridge to let Prior Philip know that Shiring is finally free. What is it? Why are they laughing?
You can send a messenger if you want.
Oh, not that
There
son
won't
bitch.
be much of a prior left when he arrives.
What's a cat face? Get me a horse.
That triumphant music. Snuck into Earlscastle with an army of outlaws supporting you. He talked to 2 former knights. Told Elizabeth to leave Earlscastle. Lord William's men to help rebuild Shiring. We'll see how that works. We gotta deal with the bishop, though.
Believes we should either burn him or make him Bishop of Kingsbridge.
I have already taken matters into my own hands. My men arrested him while Kingsbridge was left unguarded.
While his friends took Earlscastle.
Yes.
At least in his death, William Hamley was of use to you.
Chapter 20? The end. How long did that take us? Like an hour?
Look at all these people. It seems like they're enjoying themselves.
They never change. You drooling dogs should be ashamed!
Shut up, you old hag! Ellen?
I'm not feeling well.
I'll take care of you. You two go ahead. Hurry up!
Is your mother ill?
It's not that. This is where they hanged my father.
You've seen it before, don't you puss out now?
The trial begins. The judges. Brother of Stephen.
Guy's got a magic staff.
The Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Winchester. Her Highness, the
With
Countess
the curl
Lady
on it,
Aliena
why is
of
it not a
Shiring,
cross or something?
presiding over the
That man
trial,
cannot breathe.
the Right Reverend Bishop of Shiring and Kingsbridge, Wailerun by God.
By God, or bigot.
Please. The church is not without fault. We have gathered here today before the eyes of God to accuse one of our own. He wrote in his book that the church and the papacy are not necessary as intercessors between God and man. That God is in man. That all men are equal. And that each sinner is as close to our Lord as the Pope himself. Now, we ask God for his judgment. For his is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Not ours, and not yours.
And it's thinking this up on the spot.
Accused of heresy. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you plead? Answer!
Nah.
Respond to Bishop Wailerun.
I am not guilty.
Your teachings speak another language.
You get burnt alive if you say anything bad about yourself, so
I
you
am
gotta fight.
deeply saddened. It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make you Bishop of Kingsbridge. Why has it come to this, Philip?
In part, I am to blame. I supported Philip in his early years. I demand that Philip be removed from his position of prior immediately.
No.
No.
And that he remain in captivity until such time that Shiring and all of England have healed from the poisonous words he has dispersed.
No!
What?
Still got that dirty dress, son. You think she'd just, like, cut it up around the ankles or son? Not very...
Do you not agree with the church as well, my lady?
You are accusing Philip because he has defied you.
I made him prior, and grateful he was not. But no, I accuse him because his teachings are false. And I intend to prove that Philip's decisions have been more than misguided in the past. Call in Remigius.
Oh, not this guy.
Father Remigius.
Remigius is a cunt. You can't trust him.
My bishop.
Tell the court, Remigius, what you have told me.
For many years, I served as sub-prior of Kingsbridge. First for Prior James, then for the accused.
What was your first impression of him?
I was offended by his bluntness and accusations during the chapter discussions.
What else?
Yeah, but you lost because you suck.
Did not hesitate to give refuge to the people fleeing Earlscastle in the winter that our king died.
As I should have.
Is that not a good deed? A true Christian act?
You do not know him as well as you think you do, Lady Aliena. Today, that will change.
Then, on the day of our first Fleece Fair, we were attacked.
Not my fault.
It was terrible.
I tried to soothe the woman's pain by reading the scripture to her. Our master builder's wife tried to put a spell on her with poisonous herbs.
Oh, suck my ass.
Philip intervened.
Yes.
They were medical herbs and there was no spell.
And gave the woman poison.
Woman's alive.
It is worse than I thought.
It was no poison.
And then there was the day the Virgin Mary's statue arrived in Kingsbridge. I did not believe it was a miracle.
Well, that's your choice, man. He just spoke to me, mate.
Clearly, it is a miracle. I hear of many who were healed in Kingsbridge.
Can you prove otherwise, dingus, or do you not know science?
Well, I soon realized it was a true miracle, but Philip did not.
What?
He was only after the money people donated at the Virgin Shrine. That is why I left.
He had to. Amen.
Oh, shit.
I believe there is one more thing you have not told us about. Something very important.
Yes. Philip has fathered a child.
Oh, get the fuck out. I raised an orphan.
A son. And he raised him in the priory.
He is guilty. Jonathan of Kingsbridge, step forward.
This is preposterous.
Is it?
Is this true? Are you Philip's son? Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
I have no father.
Everyone has a father.
That may be. But if Philip was my father, he would have told me.
How do you know he did not lie to you?
Speak.
Because he doesn't lie.
Philip would never lie. He told me that I was found in the woods.
In the woods? Is this true, Philip? Or are you lying?
Refer to the previous text.
Well, you told the story so many times.
My brother found him.
Your brother? The brother whose master you betrayed?
What are you talking about?
Philip tried to involve me in a conspiracy against his brother's master, Earl Robert of Gloucester. And his ally, Earl Bartholomew, your father, Lady Aliena.
Well, you did get involved, did you not?
Took in all those refugees years ago because he was to blame for their fate. As he was for yours when you lost your father and your earldom. That, Lady Aliena, is the man you are trying to
Sounds like a good man. Did something he didn't understood and he tried to make up for it.
I know that he is a troubled man. We've all had to make hard decisions. Decisions that seemed right at the time. When indeed, they were terrible mistakes. I am thankful that I was forgiven when I made a mistake. Now I forgive him.
He's crying.
Let us now return to the problem at hand. There is a man who witnessed how Jonathan was found in the forest. A man who can shed light on who Jonathan's father really is.
And who is that?
My husband.
Step forward. What is your name?
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
Have you lost your courage?
No, I have not. You know well why it would be hard for me to face you. They call me Jack, after my father. My name is Jack Jackson.
Who is Jackson?
We have met before.
How old were you when you allegedly saw Jonathan as a child in the woods?
12. But I know what I saw. Philip told the truth.
You were a child.
12 is 1 year from being an adult. Come on.
I was living in the forest with my mother.
They were
a medieval adult, that is.
Prior Remigius is the most trustworthy witness we've seen today, and his statement was quite damning to Philip. The distant memories of an outlawed child cannot convince me otherwise.
He fathered a child!
Let him go!
He would never do that!
He would never fuck. He man will die a virgin. Look at his hair.
Lady Aliena is right. We do not know enough to judge him as harshly as you proposed, Bishop Waileran.
You are right, Bishop Henry. As I said, it is not up to us to judge this man. Philip of Gwynedd has pleaded innocent, but how innocent is he?
Pretty innocent.
We ask God for his judgment. As Bishop of Kingsbridge and Shiring, I demand an ordeal by fire.
Oh, come on, you know that's a load of shit.
Philip of Gwynedd will be tried and judged at the stake. If he is innocent, God will save him from the flames.
Hold on, Chef Ramsay will judge your steak.
And sinner God has
keep Philip away from it.
To be.
No!
I'll throw a rock at him.
Waileran, by God! Not this time.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child's father. He is a fool, but he is a good man.
Then, who is the father?
It is me.
You not see the resemblance, you dinguses? Look at that blonde hair, shaggy, beard. Come on.
This woman is a witch and an outlaw.
Looks like his sister.
With a thief. He was hanged in Shiring 30 years ago.
He was not a thief. He was a good man.
We found the cup.
Waileran, by God.
What is this nonsense?
He was a thief. He stole a golden chalice and melted it down and sold it.
What chalice?
The chalice of the Eucharist. He stole it from the Cathedral of Kingsbridge.
Sacrilege.
Yes, Prior James of Kingsbridge caught him red-handed.
I got your chalice right here, boy.
Is that the chalice? You said it was melted down and sold.
Fall not for their lies. That could be any chalice. This does not prove a thing.
Where did you find this chalice?
In a secret chamber. We believe Prior James hid it because he felt guilty for falsely accusing Jack's father.
What proof do you have?
He told me. The night the cathedral burned down, I was there, I saw him.
Prior James died weeks before that.
There's no body.
He did not.
Bishop Henry, he speaks the truth.
Order! I will give you until sunset to produce a witness who can prove your accusations against Bishop Waileran. Not just this chalice. If you fail to do this, I will make sure you are tried for defamation. Philip of Gwynedd, you will stay under arrest. The trial recommences at sunset.
Yeah, no fire. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
We need a witness.
What are you doing there?
I've seen you draw up plans for a
I
cathedral.
love courtroom drama.
Maybe we can do something similar to find our witness. Let's see. Your father.
Because almost everything they say is like hard facts, you know?
My grandmother said he did.
And Bishop Waileran.
It's like, oh, you just lied? I got evidence right here, bitch.
Maybe.
Contradiction.
By exploring them,
It's like
we can find
huge
a
plays every time.
Good idea.
Bishop Waileran is at the center of all this. Jack's father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Maybe he still can.
Ow. Am I missing something?
Mother says Waileran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death. Bishop Waileran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the Sheriff of Shiring, and Prior James of Kingsbridge.
If they were all there, then they were all witnesses.
And only Waileran's still alive.
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these 3 men work together to falsely accuse your father?
He was on the White Ship. No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes. He was the sole survivor.
And then they killed him. But why?
Because he knew the truth.
And what about the ship? Why would Waileran, Percy, and James be concerned about the White Ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household. I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill. He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert, and they've been at war ever since.
And your father, Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the White Ship. proof that Stephen was involved.
What about the king?
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, they're just kind of drawing connections, but I feel like I'm just going back and forth with what's already relevant. Like, do I just click on the ship or the father? Both of them probably have a response.
Stephen always claimed that it had been God's will that he was not on that ship. That he remained as the only male heir.
That wasn't God. I bet Stephen had a hand in the sinking of the ship.
Now imagine what would have happened if he had learned that someone survived. Someone who might have seen what really happened that night. If Stephen was responsible for the sinking of the White Ship, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really happened to disappear.
But he wouldn't have done it himself, of course.
They went to the bishop.
If the White Ship is involved, then it's likely that Waleran was told by King Stephen to murder your father.
But he was not king back then. Why would Waleran listen to him?
He was promised to become bishop.
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most influential clerics in all of England.
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, what chance do we have to turn this trial around?
It is a public trial. All we want is for Philip to go free. We find a witness to expose Waleran. Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's our best shot. Percy Hamley was poisoned.
One less witness that knew about Waleran.
And Waleran probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester. And in her condition, she might not be able to help at all.
What about the journal?
So, what about Prior James and Waleran?
Waleran was not yet bishop when the hanging took place. He was archdeacon. Philip told me.
But James still had to do what Waleran told him to?
I think that's very likely. Now, what about Prior James?
James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice, melted it and sold it.
But we know that's not true.
As we found it, Philip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
I swear we found a journal. I could be remembering wrong.
I think we're getting closer. So Waleran and the others claimed your father had stolen a chalice from Kingsbridge Cathedral, and that he sold it.
Yes.
We know that's not true, but we need a witness.
It's the only way to help Philip.
James claimed that your father had stolen the chalice and sold it. But instead, James himself hid it in Kingsbridge, in the crypt.
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That secret chamber is important.
We're close.
That you found the chalice in Kingsbridge and that it was hidden away proves your father was innocent. But it doesn't prove that Waleran is behind it.
Do you think Waleran knew about the hidden chamber?
No. If he had known, then he wouldn't have been that surprised when he saw the chalice. Everyone thought Prior James was dead, that he broke into the ice. And now we know he was hidden away.
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river. So everyone
witness.
thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
I was thinking it needed to be someone who was around.
But how is Remigius involved?
But like everyone else died except for Remigius, who's not on our side.
Waylerin and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waylerin later made Remigius Prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. He must have been there at the time my father was arrested. I think Remigius knows all about this.
Is it possible that Waylerin told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about what they'd done?
When James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waylerin never knew. Yes, that explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
Where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already. The trial will continue soon.
People know you two. You shouldn't walk around shiring like that.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan.
Yes?
We will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right.
Alright, I don't think I care though, I am a man.
Remigius. Now where are you?
Remigius? Pyre, and he could be there.
No one may approach the pyre.
Why not?
Bishop Henry's orders.
All right.
Do you want to go in, Father?
No, not yet. Thank you.
Are you not with Prior Philip?
Yes, I am.
I pray they'll set him free.
He's a good man.
He is a heretic!
Shut the fuck up!
Fools! Look at yourselves! Who are you to judge a man who has never hurt anyone?
Forgive them, Father.
Yeah, leave it to an educated man to not swear.
God will!
There he is! There that some bitch is!
Remigius? I don't think he's here. Wait.
There he fucking is!
Him. I think I saw him.
Fucking go after him. Why, is that what's his face? Alfred?
Have you seen a priest walk through here? Father Remigius?
No, sorry, I haven't.
Alright.
Alright.
Yes?
You're Jonathan, right?
Yes, I am. And who are you?
Never mind, but there's something you should know. Tom Builder. He left you behind because your mother died. He had no way to feed you. He thought he had no other choice.
How do you know all this?
He went looking for you an hour later, but you were gone. And when he finally found you in Kingsbridge, he was there for you ever since. But he thought he'd lost the right to be your father.
Just who are you?
Just remember what I said. I pray they won't burn Philip. He's a good man.
Can we go home, Daddy?
Yes.
Oh, looks like she's starving. Aren't
Let's
you a
go
master
home.
builder, dude? St. George.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task.
By God! No!
Our bishop is very,
Are they killing him?
very
Cool.
displeased.
No! What are you doing?
I'm doing what is asked of me. Stop it! No! Stay away! This does not concern you! No!
Who told you to do this?
And no one.
They should have played a fucking Wilhelm scream. That shit was goofy. He's fucking dead.
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you.
Fertilize some flowers.
Will tell.
Only good thing you've ever done.
Do you have a witness?
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Where is Timothy?
What they told you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he
On our
did.
side because you saved his life.
This is a
Here's
lie.
that plot hole gone.
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense.
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them.
You should
He ate
put
the
an end
bones.
to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White Ship. He saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
Damn, he's just throwing him under the bus now.
This is preposterous.
The two authority figures are getting shit on.
Ordered us to kill the man.
Now Aliane is the only one who's trustworthy in the
That's
room.
the truth. Right there.
It is not. Waleran is a liar.
Regan Hamley.
Who is she?
I have waited long enough for this day. It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur. James, the Prior of Kingsbridge. The Sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waleran who was behind it. And only Waleran.
No!
He had
Taking
heard
everything this woman
rumors
has in her to speak.
about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
Get him out of here. He threw me under the bus. Fuck him. Now this man's gotta put out the fire under his ass.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Wailerin!
Oh, we did it! It's over!
Yes, it's over.
Like that? Nobody's gonna verify what Wailerin said?
This monk must learn his lesson.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip pleaded not guilty, but he challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church.
I challenge him, I just said that y'all suck.
Will take place.
What? What?
To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, but God shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No! He can't do this!
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena.
No. It's a matter of a human's life.
The King and I accepted the traitor Wailerin into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames, for his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Light the pyre!
Oh.
There must be something we can do.
Stop this madness!
Cut the screaming tastefully short. Don't make you actually watch someone get burnt alive like Pathologic. Well, that's a shame. I wonder if there was a way to actually save him. I liked Philip. He might have been my favorite character. Aliena forgave Philip. He managed to clear the name of Jack's father. The thing about these freaking ordeals of God is fucking really shitty. It's just, they know the person's going to die. There is no chance that God's actually going to perform a miracle and save them. But if they were innocent, then they're going to heaven, so it's no big deal. However, the people who did the ordeal are now murderers. They killed unjustly. So, like, those people have been damned for eternity, right? That sounds very risky to damn, like, a whole department of people just doing their jobs on a chance that God might save this guy. A chance, in quotes, because it's not gonna fucking happen. I can't believe anyone ever fucking thought that was a good idea. Looks like a female monk. Whatever it is, they're dressed in black. This might be for a funeral or something. I doubt monks can be women, though. Somewhat bad posture, maybe. Is this Father John from the song? And I guess it makes sense for him to become the new prior. He's the only prominent monk left. Or I guess as a bishop, since they have a full-ass cathedral now. Philip? I can't tell because you're an old man and you all have the same fucking haircut. Is that Philip? Did it start to rain or something? He's got, like, kind of blistered feet. Second-degree burns on his legs. Not that it matters, he can't fuck. There's John. This is definitely Philip. Could be we're in heaven too, though.
Ah, Philip.
It is so good to see you, Jonathan.
Tell me, how are things at St. John in the Forest?
Francis is well.
That is wonderful.
Yes, he enjoys the life there.
This sounds very unnatural.
You look worried, Jonathan.
Well, you have a visitor. He just arrived.
Is that not a good thing, Jonathan?
This isn't real.
Who is it?
That is just it. I wasn't sure if you wanted to see him.
Whaler in.
It has been a long time.
Ah, yes, it has. I had to know.
Know what?
The truth is, I never saw God or the devil. Have you?
Oh Lord, deliver
For
us.
a time.
Our Father, who art in heaven,
My God,
hallowed be
there
thy
must
name.
be something we can
Thy
do.
kingdom come,
Stop this
thy will be done on earth as it is
Are
in
you
heaven.
blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is? Why are you doing this?
After Waylaran's words, there is doubt in their hearts about my motives, about my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
Kick him in. Where's Leonidas at? Same one who killed Bartholomew. Or the fuck his name was. Bartholomew Jr. I didn't like him.
It's a miracle. He is a man. God is here.
That doesn't sound evil as fuck. What the hell? He just cast a spell?
How is this possible?
It's all a matter of perspective.
We have to stop this.
No, Jack. Come.
My God.
No, but that's what they see. That's what they believe.
The water. It's dousing the flames. It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
The justice of our church. I believe Philip understands that now. His book will be destroyed. If you or your friends ever mention the White Ship again, I promise you will take Prior
They set it up. It was rigged.
and God will not be as forgiving.
Their faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Waylaran will suffer.
Thank God nobody knows science or that wouldn't have worked. I mean, that would have worked. I mean, people wouldn't have fell for it.
Yes?
Did you?
Of course, water would stop fire. It has to evaporate before it can spread
Did he
more.
save you that night?
Nah. Nah.
I told him. He only smiled at me. I never saw him again, as long as I lived.
Philip is back.
Philip!
Philip! We're glad you're back.
Did you
What are you
walk
doing?
all
Painting
the
a
way
glass window?
Just part of it.
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge, together with Tom. I thought I had lost God, that he did not watch over us But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love. Jack's hands had become rough, his hair grey, but his eyes still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader.
Like, is her dad a dick or not? I want to know more about that.
Respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder, and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled. He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well. She was always there for every one of us.
Is the judge done now?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Is the judge done now?
It will never be done. Not in my lifetime. Not in yours.
Remember us
Always
for what
under
we
construction.
did, for who we were, and maybe
Some
for
places
what
are
we
just
tried
like that, you
to
know.
be.
Yeah, shitty builder. By the time they're done with one thing, another thing's falling apart.
When you turn your eyes,
Or it took so long they had to fucking remodel again.
maybe you will see yourself.
A pretty nice looking cathedral, though, don't you think? Answered Wayland's question about God. You finished playing the game. Huh. I didn't think that last chapter would be so short. That's truly it. Well, how long did that take us? About 2 hours? Hour and a half? Huh. I guess that all went where I thought it should have. From playing the first 2 books, like, I couldn't necessarily tell what the end goal of this story was going to be, other than Aliena getting her seat back. Which I guess she did, but, like, it doesn't seem like she really wanted it. Like, maybe she resigned or something. She just wants to be a fucking happy married woman. That worked out, and then they built the church. Man's dream came true, I guess. Got some master builders. Everyone's got happily ever after, except for Alfred. He didn't seem to be doing too well, and he wasn't anywhere in there. Like, is he just, like, done with him? Is he out of the family? What about Martha? I'm guessing that was her kid. Is she just with some rando because she's not important? I think it's kind of weird that Tom and Jack's mother actually, like, remarried like that. And I get that they're stuck together, but, like, keep it in your pants, man. John didn't seem to give a shit about what happened, and he kind of sounded like a kid the whole time. Even at the end when I said that conversation sounded unnatural. 'Cause I don't know, he probably had the least good voice acting in the whole thing, but he also didn't talk very much, so that's probably why. Like, you didn't hire someone who's a veteran voice actor for such a minor character. Even if he is a part of the main cast. Again, I love courtroom drama, so that whole last segment was just like, I was into it. I was really into that. Justice was done. I think it had a positive message about, like, whether or not God is real. What you might call God is just someone acting through our good actions. Like, it's in all of us. You should just be good regardless of whether or not there's any faith involved. Like, it's both damning of the church and, like, still positive about religion in general. I think that's, like, a good thing. That's positive. I can respect it. As far as, like, as a game, I mean, it's a point and click. I struggle to call these games. Like, we really were just watching cutscenes for the most part. We have to make some choices here and there, but, like, since this is based on a book, I have to wonder how much we could have truly diverged from the main story, or if they really meant anything at all. Of course, I don't really want to do another playthrough to figure that out. Maybe I'd, like, check out the wiki or something to investigate further, but I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it was still a good... I definitely maybe prefer this to watching a movie because I get to interact with it a little bit. And yeah, I still don't play them often enough. I have a couple more things like this that we could do. Like, I have Telltale Batman. I have Detroit Become Human. There's another game that's also beautifully animated. That's name is slipping my mind. Forgotten Anne. That one has like a bit of platforming to it, so it's even more of a game than just point and click. But I played a little bit of it. It's really quirky and cute. Very much like a Disney thing, or maybe even a little Studio Ghibli. But we might try one of those when we get around to it. I'm gonna play them, obviously, but, you know, if I'm struggling to think of something to play, I might pick one of those, and that'll give me inspiration as to what to do next. Kind of like how this one made us want to play Kingdom Come, because I was struggling to figure out what I wanted to play next. And along the way, we picked up Dragon Age 2, which we'll do eventually. I also got Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I don't know how I want to handle that. I definitely want to play some of the Mass Effects at some point. Obviously, I've played them in the past, but I mean on here, like, I want to talk about them. Like, I don't know if I'm just gonna do them all at once, or if we're gonna, like, do them and take a break in between games, or what, but that's gonna happen at some point. Whenever we're due for another shooter. I feel like the Quantic Dream games like Detroit Become Human or the Telltale games are more gamey in that they have more like quick time events and stuff, like stuff that you can actually fuck up and die in. Even though it is still very much a linear story, you just have to like click the thing at the right time, or you do the cool QTE, because David Cage makes the best QTEs apparently. Like, you're not just pushing a button to open the door, you're rotating the stick slightly to turn the knob. Very immersive. It also makes it, like, harder, easier to fuck up the QT when they do that, which I enjoy. The Quantic Dream ones specifically always have, like, a lot of different outcomes. So, like, there, I'm not questioning how much the story can diverge. I know I'm seeing entirely different chapters of the game when I do stuff different in those, which is good. I don't know, I'm thinking Detroit's probably definitely on the table, and I might keep Batman for myself or something. So I'll add that to the list, and then, of course, I said it's made us want to play Kingdom Come, which I have installed. Again, I was looking at mods to, like, make things a little fresher for me. There were some tweaks I would like to make, and I like the sounds of some things, so I'm gonna try them out. And we've got all the DLCs for it, which I haven't tried any of. One of them has, like, a town building thing, which sounds kind of fun. And the others are just, like, more quests, which the game has fun characters, so that's great. You'd love to see it. Yeah, I said I was expecting about 2 hours. We're a little shy of that, but, you know, I also started a little late, so that's cool. And I guess we're done, right? I'm gonna set up Kingdom Come, and we will play that next week, I guess. I was thinking if I cut this, like, at an hour and 20 or something, I might try and set that up real quick, but, like, I feel like there's too many variables since I want to mod it, so I need to make sure that's all working correctly. And running at a good frame rate when I stream it, because I hadn't taken that into account. It should be fine. We'll talk more about what I think about the CryEngine later. Jeez. If I had something to, like, throw on in the background, I might do a game review since we've been dry of that for, like, a month. I finished 2 big games recently. But also, we're gonna do, like, a big training montage in Kingdom Come, because that's, like, a very important part of the game, and I feel like that'll be, like, the perfect thing to fill that space. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in a week, I guess. Get ready to praise Christ. This Kingdom Come's a great game that you probably didn't play. See you there.